Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So despite promising I wouldn't be doing product heavy videos going forward, I promise this one is very necessary and you will appreciate it. It is my favourite, pretty much all time and most used standalone highlighting powders. So these are ones that aren't in kits obviously. I have I think 12 individuals and it's for me and for my kit, so I'll be showing something for every skin tone, which is good. Showing 12 of the highlighting powders, like the in your face high, even though I've nothing on yet, I will pop one of them on. 4 standalone luminizing like face powders, so they are yeah, they're like subtle kind of glow from within kind of subtle candlelight kind of face powders for all over. And then 3 new products from Makeup Revolution, because I just found where you can get them in Galway and I popped my cherry and I'm loving the bits, and they really do highlight as well for a very cheap price. Speaking of which, I will be covering all price ranges from very, very inexpensive to the more expensive. So let's begin with the cheapest one. So first of all, we have this guy from e.l.f. I got this in America, love it. It is the Baked highlighter in Moonlight Pearl. This was about $3, I'd say, really inexpensive. And this is absolutely beautiful. So I actually tend to put this on with my fingers. You can of course use a brush and it is just so pretty on. It's I'd say like medium range. It's not too subtle. It's not like see it from space. It's somewhere in between, which is quite nice, and this is a perfect shade for me for pale skin. Definitely good for light to medium skin maybe. It's kind of a slightly creamy color. Then next up we have another really inexpensive one. This is actually one of my newest additions. It's from Primark or Pennies. This was actually sent to me. This is the PS Bronze Baked Shimmer, but just Baked Shimmer, yeah, it's Baked Shimmer powder. It is beautiful. I used this in my last tutorial, so you can see what it looks kind of like on a blush, on a blush on me, but this would definitely be more of a highlight for darker skin tone. It's almost like a rose gold bronze. It's very rose gold actually, just so gorgeous. So this would be beautiful on deeper, darker skin tones as a standalone highlight, and it's just amazing. I'm really impressed with that for the price. Definitely one of kind of my favourite products that I was sent from Primark or Pennies, so really impressed by that for the price particularly. Then I think definitely the next ones up, and I don't know the exact prices of these, so it doesn't matter in what order I showed them, but CATRICE, they're still very inexpensive. This one I've showed before. It is the High Glow Mineral Highlighting Powder in number 10 Light Infusion. Just look at that. It's just gorgeous, like so pretty. It is kind of like a pinky pearl. It's definitely a little bit cooler than say the e.l.f. one I showed you, and this is again quite medium to high in terms of like in your faceness. And really love this one. I wear this one a lot, and yeah, really impressed by this. And of course, because it's CATRICE, it doesn't cost that much. This one is in the permanent line as well, so you will be able to get it now. You should be able to get it now, and I would definitely describe that one as a real like candlelit glow kind of one. Then I have this other CATRICE one. Now this was limited edition sadly, but I do love it. It is one of the Pure Shimmer highlighters in, maybe it was the only one actually, it just says limited edition Nude Purism. That was the name of the collection, and Pure Shimmer highlighter. Again, it's so pretty. Actually, it's quite similar to that one. Again, it's slightly pink based. Great for very fair skin, and again you're talking maybe about €3 or €4, maybe €5, I'm not sure, but they're very inexpensive. Okay, I'm trying to think what will be the next one price wise. Maybe is this guy by Physicians Formula. This is so pretty. It is the powder palette. It is called the Powder Palette Mineral Glow Pearls powder. I think this is the translucent one. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of other shades, and look how pretty that is. It has the most beautiful pearl overlay. I think this might be about maybe 17 or 18 euros here in Ireland. I'm not actually 100% sure. I mean, I did get it myself, as I did with all of them so far, except for the Primark one. I just can't exactly remember the price. It looks gorgeous, and it's the kind of thing that you're happy to use in your kit as well, because it looks so pretty. It doesn't look particularly pink on the skin though. It just looks quite neutral. Again, oh, I'm just sticking my finger into it, but I think I need to turn down that light. Hold on a sec. Other way. Yeah, I don't want it to be too shiny for you. And another kind of really glow from within kind of highlighter. These are all really smooth as well so far. like they're not glittery, they're just really smooth rather than glittery, if you know what I mean. Like a real satin finish. So another big fan of this one here. Then next up we have the Inglot Sparkling Dust Eyes, Face and Body. This is the first loose one, I think. First and the only of the loose full-on highlighters that I'm showing you. This is not smooth as such, even if it was pressed, because it has like sparkle, it's more glittery rather than smooth and satin finish, if you know what I mean. It's still beautiful. Now this is number 1, which still, like, it is very light, but you know what, it still has a shade to it. It's kind of peachy, and I probably don't even need to zoom in. This is like a real in your face, because I think my skin is so light that you mightn't have seen the others as easy because there's not as much of a contrast. But like, check this out, you can see that there from miles away. This one is real metallic, like level 10 highlight, and a lot of those other ones would have been more like levels 4 or 5, if you know what I mean. So this is definitely the brightest, I think, of all the highlighters I have. Really lovely. Like I said, I don't even need to zoom in to show you this one because it is so in your face bright. Beautiful though, but you nearly have to use it with a light hand so that it doesn't look crazy, especially if you're using it in flash photography. So, or for like, you know, photo shoot with flash photography. Great thing is, little goes a long way. You've loads in the tub, 2.5 grams. And yeah, there are a few different shades of these available. So again, I think it was about €21. Is that what I'm trying to think? I think it's around that anyhow. So another big fan of that. Then this is the next one in roughly the same price bracket. Maybe this one's a little bit more. I'd say this is more like 24. Again, I probably won't even need to zoom in to show you this. This is the Mary Luminizer by The Balm. Such an iconic, like really infamous highlight. There are 2 darker shades, I think, and this would be the one for light skin. So this has a real golden tone. You can see that there. And let's see, I'm pretty sure you'll see this a mile off as well. This is it's so smooth. It actually is lovely. It's so smooth that it almost feels like a cream, if you know what I mean. Like, it feels like waxy or oily or something, even though it's not. And again, yeah, you can really see that highlight there. I don't really even need to zoom in for you, but I wouldn't say, I think because it's against my skin, which is slightly yellow toned anyhow, maybe not as much of a contrast as you would see on girls with darker skin, because I suppose I'm so fair. So when the light hits it, you definitely see it on me, but there's more of a contrast with deeper skin tones. But this is another amazing one. Now we're moving up in price. There are 3 MAC ones here. I'll show you the non-MAC one first though, and then we've one really high-end one. So this is one that I've been using in my kit for yonks, and look at the state of it. It is the Prestige Skin Loving Minerals one. It's so old, I've had it for ages. It's sun-baked mineral bronzing powder, pure shimmer. And I got this in Boots years ago, but they don't do Prestige here anymore, and I don't know if it's even still alive, but I love this. And every time I use it on someone, they're just like, oh my god, what is it? It's amazing. So you can see there, it is kind of like a peachy, yeah, like a peachy pink with a bit of gold veining. It was more veining looking or veined looking before it got this old. I love this on more medium toned skin tone girls. And again, you mightn't see too much of a contrast there. Yeah, it definitely comes out quite peachy. That's why I like it against a tan. Oh yeah, you can see it there. Just really lovely. Not really light enough for me. It actually kind of looks peach on my skin, so that's why I do like to use it on darker skin tones. But this is like probably my most heavily used one in my kit, because I don't know, but there was so much in it. Like, what does it say? 2 or 8 grams of product. Yeah, so that's a good bit, because it was a dome. It was a big dome, and I'm just so sad that you can't get that anymore. If you can, actually let me know, because I would repurchase it. But yeah, really love that. And like I said, I always get asked where you can get it when I use it, but I don't want to throw it away as well, just for the sake of not being able to get it. Now let's move on to my MAC ones. So yeah, I think you pay about €30 for these. First up we have Chez La May. Now it is limited, but you know yourselves with MAC, they often do release the limited ones. So this is Chez La May. I use this a lot. It's a gold one. I would use it on myself. You can almost see a tiny hint of colour on it, so I nearly prefer it on, again, slightly deeper skin tones. but this is just a lovely highlighter. They probably look all the same actually when I'm showing them to you, so I don't know if it'll make much of a difference, but you can definitely see, I think, that it's golden there, can't you? Really, really lovely, and like, of course, the quality of the MAC highlighters and the MAC products in general is always really, really good. So that's Chez LeMay. It was called the Special Reserve Highlighting Powder. Then we have this guy, which is Whisper of Guilt. This was one of the extra dimension ones. This one's really well known because again, it was a bit of an iconic status one on the internet. Beautiful. I do use this on darker girls, can't use it on myself. And this one is one of those like in your face from space highlighters. So it's so smooth. This is possibly one of the smoothest of all the highlighters. It looks like liquid gold once it's on. Like, it actually looks like it's been painted on. It's so smooth. So I love this one, and I'll just show you the other one quickly because it's so similar. It's another one. It's another extra dimension skin finish. It's double definition, and this is actually the same color, so I won't need to swatch that. But this one is just the shade that comes with it, and I love this for much darker skin girls. So if I'm working on a much deeper skin tone, and it's great to have one that, you know, won't look ashy or look too light on quite a deep skin tone. So really, really love that one as well. And like I said, they do release these every now and again. So even though you can't maybe get them at the moment, you probably will at some stage. And they often release ones that would be very similar, maybe under slightly different names and stuff like that. Now, the last of the standalones, and this is the most high-end one, is this guy here by Laura Mercier. And this one is expensive. It's like €40, I think. So this is the highlight. It's actually called the Matte Radiance Baked Powder. Even though it's not matte, but it's the highlight number one. There's possibly another one. This one is kind of slightly peachy pink, really, really pretty. And this is another, I wouldn't say it's like mega watt, but it's like up there. It's a good 7 on the scale, 7 or 8 even. Yeah. Sorry, I just got lazy with the zooming in, but you can definitely see, you can probably even maybe see it better from back here. So hopefully, I don't even know if you can see the other ones well, but another beautiful highlight, really, really beautiful high-end one. Very smooth, again, one of the smoothest ones in the range, and that's possibly because of the price. I can't say I love this more than the cheaper ones though, but I just do love it. I love them all. I'm just obsessed with highlighters. I like to use highlighters on my clients as well, definitely. Really, it's one of my things. So that's all of those, guys. I'll show you quickly, I'm not going to swatch these because you probably wouldn't see the swatches, but I'm wearing one now. Actually, I have to check the name of it. Is the Inglot HD Finishing Powder number 40, oh shite, was it 3 or 6? Sorry, I'll have to check. It was 403. That was my fault. I had literally just looked at it. So 403, it just gives this really lovely luminance to the skin. I don't know how else to describe it. Can't remember how much this was, maybe about €16 I think. And then obviously this was separate, the actual, because it was a refill I got. This was about €3-4. Actually, I don't know, I'm just making that up. But they're not that expensive. Inglot is like cheaper than MAC, but it's still like more expensive than drugstore brands. But I love this, really, really like that. And I've been loving this as my setting powder like the last week or so, because I kind of just kind of discovered it. Now, I should have started with this one because this is one is much more affordable. Yeah, this is the Sleek Makeup Luminous Pressed Powder SPF 15. Again, just a lovely luminous powder if you are looking for like an all over light highlight. And these are the ones that you can actually use all over if you want that all over dewy, like real glowy finish. This one, I'd say it's almost like a little bit too deep for me. I always feel like if I put it all over, it ever so slightly darkens up my skin and like on my face. So I tend to use it on slightly darker girls, slightly darker, like still fair, but not maybe as fair as me. The next price range up really would be this guy here by Bourjois, and it is the Rice Powder. It's the next and only other, yeah, loose powder of the lot. You can kind of use it as a highlight, just a highlight, but it's more of an all over beauty powder. But you know who uses this a lot is Tara Farrell. If you follow her on Snapchat, you'll see her using it a lot. And again, it just gives the most beautiful radiance. And finally, then we have Hourglass, which is the most expensive one. This is the Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffused Light. I mean, how amazing is that? It's just gorgeous. So is really expensive though, like you're talking 40 quid, I mean, compared to the other ones, but I love this as an all over, just soft focus light as well. Can't go wrong with it. And I tend to go for these slightly yellow powders because a lot of light, very light foundations tend to be ever so slightly more pink or neutral, and it kind of helps balance me out. Now, like I said, I'm going to show you really quickly these last few bits and I'll try a couple of them on. So I got these just the last day up in the pharmacy in Briar Hill. These are the Make Revolution Vivid Baked Highlighters, 2 shades. For some reason they have 2 different price tags, even though they're the same product more or less. This one is Peach Lights, even though it's not peachy, it's more just pink. Anyhow, I'm wearing this in my last tutorial, was it? Yeah, I'll link to that below anyhow, so you can see what it looks like as an inner corner highlight, and I just love it. So let's pop this on. This is like a pretty serious highlight, but it's like quite a strong shade of pink. It's much more pink than peach. I don't know why it's called peach. You can see that there. I mean, I think this was meant for like in your face strobing, like next level strobing. Beautiful, but that's why I'm kind of using it more on the face, or on the eyes rather than the face. But I just wanted to show you because I'm really impressed by it. And then I have this guy, which is the golden one. So that one was $3.35 and this one is €4. Who knows why it was priced differently. Look at that. And I have that as my inner eye highlight there, if you can see. And I'll just pop this again. This is like, it's beyond a 10. This is like a 20 megawatt. So these are definitely the most intense ones, but I think, like I said, they were marketed as such, like beyond crazy strobing. And then the last ones is a palette, and it is another Make Revolution palette, and I'll pop this on for you now. It is the Radiance palette. This was €11, I think. Yeah, Radiance highlight palette. I think there's another palette available as well. It has 3 shades. Don't know what they're actually called individually, but I love them. I just think they're so lovely. You have, this one is a bit more rose gold, just a full on really light highlighter, and this one is a little bit more beige. But I can pop on, sorry, I know I'm rushing now because I didn't want this to be so light, long. This is the middle one, and yeah, it's so pretty. This one actually reminds me a lot of the CATRICE one when I see it on. Yeah, so gorgeous. Yeah, really loving that, and especially for the price, like at €11. If you're looking to start off a makeup kit and you want like inexpensive but nice looking palettes, definitely look towards these, because you know, I wouldn't be embarrassed about using this in my kit at all. It's so pretty, like really pretty. And my hand is actually too sore to swatch the other ones, but I'll show you my fingers if I can. This one seems to be a bit more like of a dim light, beautiful, and then yeah, you have your bronzy rose gold. So anyhow, those are those for now. Those are all my like favorite slash new slash most used powder highlighters. So I hope you like this, guys. I know it was heavy or long, but I mean, I'm obsessed with highlighting. I think a lot of yous are obsessed with highlighting. Just take it as it is, and I'll see you on Friday for my next video. So long, guys.